in school. That's a serious problem.
Yeah. And last question for the day before we take a tour. Do you find, I mean, with this, I can't imagine this for me. Although, if I had to pick this system for my child or the system in the US, I would pick this system.
Oh, really?
I would.
You would?
If I had two to choose from, I would. But if I had this system versus the successful models in the European system, Germany, Belgium, Switzerland, Netherlands, Liechtenstein, I would pick the German or Belgian
Yeah,
system.
me too.
But over the US system, because I see how many kids are failed in this system, I would take this system. Yeah. Amanda Ripley was here. She just wrote a New York Times bestseller called The Smartest Kids in the World. She embedded herself for a while in the Korean schools. She went to 4 high-performing classes. She's a journalist with Time Magazine and The Atlantic. I had dinner with her about 6 weeks ago. And, but we both discussed the same thing. And she said, if I had to pick one or the other, I would pick my kids for the Korean system.
But our Korean system has a weak point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most learned or talented students have the priority or advantage over this system, but they are lower level in study. Students who are low is not good at studying.
Then
they
will have a problem. Yes.
Yes.
So that's the
we
real,
cannot cover all the students.
and they can't stay ahead because they get behind.
That's the problem.
So that's where the vocational component
Right.
would really help
need
to
that.
fill
Yeah.
that out. Yeah. Gosh. well,
So
that-
maybe Korean system plus European system
Yeah,
must be best.
something like that. Yeah.
And let me show
No,
you.
I mean,
Let me show you something else.
well, you have the work ethic here, so that's something that I have a lot of respect for.
This is the extracurricular activities in our school.
These are after school.
Not after school. Extracurricular, not just after school.
Oh, so a student could study art or music here?
Yeah,
Or
but
no?
these are the kind of school events or school activities, you know, rather than their subjects.
When do they meet? Is one of their classes? This would
Yeah,
be one
it
of-
could be one of their classes. It could be their 3 or 4 day school trip, or it could be their after school. So yeah.
So if a kid wanted to study like something like music or art, could they choose to do music or art during the school day? During the 8 to 4?
No, they have subjects for 1학년이 저거 하나요?
Like could they take orchestra during the school day?
We have some clubs.
activities.
Yeah,
We
club
have
activities.
Club activities.
And you have a regular music teacher that teaches that?
Yes.
Like
yes.
they're certified? And
Certified.
do you have a music teacher that works here full time?
Yes, 2 teachers.
Two full-time teachers?
Yes, music teachers.
And that's all they do is teach music?
Yes.
Yeah, they teach music. They have regular classes,
Right.
and plus they one
Take
of
charge
them
of club. Yeah.
Right.
club activities.
And they're paid the same as an English teacher, a music teacher?
Yeah,
Yeah. And do you have any art teachers here?
yeah.
So there is some of that going on. Kids do choose that. Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys, you know what I gotta say? So what are your student to teacher ratios here in this school? Around 45 to 1?
Yes, 40. You mean
How many students
How
for
many
one teacher?
for one teacher in one class?
Yes.
45.
Is that normal for English and normal for
Normal
science?
for
그래서
every
우리가
side.
1,800명에 한 90명이니까
So it's very...
one teacher to 20 students.
One teacher, 20 students.
90명이고 애들은 1,800이니까.
Okay, that's the statistic. But I have to teach 45 students
In
at
one class.
in one class.
And you see this in other classes too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is too many.
근데 선생님 그렇게 말씀하시면 한국에 있는 모든 학교가 그렇다고
아니
생각을 해요.
그러니까
So,
yes, I
We have class sizes from 30 to 39.
This is where?
This is a regulation.
This is a regulation, 30 to
Yeah,
39.
in Seoul metropolitan
But you're
city.
doing 46.
But we have an additional tier
Right.
for handicapped students
Mm.
and students for veterans.
Right. Right.
And
But how can handicapped students take this type of curriculum? They wouldn't survive.
they have their own schedule.
They have their own
yeah, they
schedule,
sometimes join the
Sometimes they
classes,
join
but
together. and
Right.
they have
sometimes
their own.
but they
Their own
stay. Are there
schedule.
handicapped students that go to this school?
Yeah.
Oh, and they have their own room.
Their own room,
Uh-huh.
or sometimes they are with their normal fellow peers.
Right.
So sometimes they learn in the normal classes,
Right.
and sometimes they go to their own special.
Do you have any idea how many handicapped kids are here?
Here, yeah.
About more than 20.
So it's not so many. For
No.
1900,
Not so
it's
many.
pretty low.
Yeah, very low.
Right. But the thing I'm asking here is, if a kid is blind or they don't hear or they're mentally, less.
There's no blind or deaf students. We just have
But
mentally
very
changed
weak.
a little.
Weak,
Yeah.
Low sight, poor sight,
Yeah.
or poor hearing.
Or something what we call, maybe this isn't the politically
Retarded?
correct, or
Yeah.
retarded,
Yeah,
mentally
yeah,
retarded.
right,
They
yes.
need special needs. Students.
They have
need
schools
special
like
needs.
this. Yes.
So anyway, we are in the process of downsizing classes actually. So in other schools, they have like 30 to 35 students in one class.
The
But
re-
my school is really popular.
The reason why we have the most big size school is our school is
very
all
popular.
the students want
To be here.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why we have that many.
So they go to the normal ordinary school. They can apply choice 1, choice 2. They name the school.
Right.
So Seoul High School is the first one.
Right. But I think what it shows though, and I see this in China, is with discipline and drive, you can still teach 45 kids. You can still do it.
But the thing is the way we teach. So when I went to Walt Whitman High School, I was
In
impressed.
the U.S., in
Yeah.
Bethesda, Maryland.
Yeah, they
So what
have
did you
only
see are the biggest differences?
they have only 20 or 25 students in one class.
Yeah, well, that's not
And-
typical in a U.S. school.
Oh yeah,
number
okay.
one.
There are two things. They don't teach much in one class. I was surprised that, for example, we have to teach 10 pages in one class in
Okay.
Korea, but I saw that they only